So I live in one of the most beautiful areas of the world, as far as I've seen the world. Way over there is Brian playing disc golf. Hi, Brian! Hi, Brian! Hi, Saya! It's really pretty here. Okay, continue. Hi! They're in my video. That's so cool. So they're playing disc golf at this park I've always wanted to go to, McGrath Park, and I've just never come here really. I mean, I've been to like the main building. Anyway, I found this little nature spot. Sorry if that part was boring for you where I just waved at my boyfriend and my friend. But yeah, look how pretty that is. I'm just holding still so I can screenshot it later. I don't have makeup on, but I don't even know what I want to say. I just really wanted to capture the nature here and experience sort of the wetland kind of beauty. And there's more disc golfing for you. Disc golf, let's play. Anyway, I just walked a few holes with them and also played around yesterday, and it was nice. Disc golf is like look up pro disc golfing. You'll be surprised. There's like real pro disc golfing. Or maybe you won't be surprised. Maybe you know this. I don't even know what I'm saying so much as I just, hey guys. Should be on my coffee cup. Okay, I'm being a dork. So yeah, 4 seasons climate. Michigan is a very beautiful place. The reds and the yellows mixed with the greens, mixed with the wetlands. I don't know. In case you need a place to visit, Michigan ranks pretty high. It's a peninsula, so it's like a way that you can be drivable without going to an island, but you get some of the same kind of vegetation as I've seen like in Hawaii, in terms of like just the variety of the foliage, because there's just water all around. It's also, there's a great water basin underneath Michigan. If you're looking at a map of the U.S., for my international fans, I don't know how many of you watch my YouTube, but I've definitely mailed some albums lately to France. I'm putting my coffee down. Mailed some albums lately to, coffee, stay put. Stay. There. Okay. I've been mailing albums to France, Japan. Where else did I mail one lately? Italy. So, if you don't know the U.S. super well, Michigan is the one that kind of stands out in the middle, like you can see it. Wait, it'd be like that. I don't know. It's backwards on the screen, so maybe it'd be like that. I don't know. But anyway, there's the thumb. That's not my side. I'm on the long, flat side along Lake Michigan. Yeah. But it's a beautiful destination. Where I live, Grand Haven, Michigan, usually gets a lot of international tourism. Not so much this year, obviously, with COVID. But that's about all I really want to say, I guess. I'm going to just, maybe I'll make up a song. Or play an old song. I'm going to be doing a live show, a live stream, coming up soon. Oops, there's my hand. Yeah, that's kind of pretty. I'm going to be doing a live stream on this Friday, and by the time I get this YouTube video up, it'll be too late, but got this little bag in the Ozarks, well, off the highway, but at the same time I bought like Ozark candy and peanut brittle. These are my New Mexico bracelets. I know this isn't probably very interesting. Oh, I blocked the water view. Okay. But I'm just kind of preserving life and entertaining myself in tiny ways, because this is what I do. And I think my hero is probably like a Bob Ross, you know, just doing tiny things in tiny ways with lots of love, painting happy trees. That's kind of what I'm doing whenever I preserve a little song moment in time. Okay, here we go. I actually brought a tuner. So what else can I tell you about? I just finished putting together a virtual recital for my piano students. Well, piano and songwriting students. Pop music theory kiddos. Oh, I got it working. Come on, buddy. Almost there. Yeah, so if you ever need piano lessons, pop piano included, doesn't have to be like traditional lessons. I love teaching, and I teach virtually nowadays. So, okay, I gotta change it over to the microphone. It says I'm flat. Now I'm sharp. Tuning's rough. Not my favorite thing to do. I have to decide what songs to play for the show. I could tell you about that, how I decide and what my songs are about. Normal people would cut this part out, but I already started the video and I don't know. Just kind of, for me, this is one of the happy little trees, if I'm to quote Bob Ross. Like, this is just a part of it, you know? My dog has fleas, 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 fleas. Alright, close enough. Here you go. Songwriting time. I might have to take off my New Mexico bracelets because they're dragging on the, there, we'll put them there. They're dragging on the strings. All right. And control what it contained from all the stories yet to unfold. All the stories like future deja vu. I fell in love with you already lifetimes ago in my mind, and I have found it's hard to find soul in places you don't know yet. future day to long future way, like a future road, unfolding like a future friend, holding your hand. And I don't want to be anywhere than where I have been, where I am right now in my mind, where I am and where I've been, 'cause it's about where I am, where I've been in my mind, and I bring that time here, and I feel you here. I go over in my future and my past, it unfolds before me year after year. I couldn't know you till I knew you. I couldn't want you till I saw you. I couldn't know. I couldn't feel you till I knew you. I couldn't know you till I held you. I couldn't love you till I saw you. And that's just how things go. I couldn't knew you till I met you. I couldn't love you till I held you. In my mind, in my heart, in my soul. It's weird to write a song for northern New Mexico or central New Mexico while you're in a beautiful part of Michigan, western Michigan, right along the lake. A place where so many people settle and leave their heart and find their love, and I'll have done part of that here. I 100% for sure found my love here. Love of a lifetime. I wish that for all of you. If you're someone who wants to be partnered, I wish that you find the perfect person for you. There are no perfect people, but there are people who are perfect for us, and it doesn't mean a lack of conflict. It almost surely means the opposite. That there will be great workings through of things, and there will be great times of tribulation, because you're going to be trying to bring two wholly different people together into one storyline. That's what a relationship is. That's what a friendship is too. You're trying to meld storylines and understand each other's different perspectives. I don't know. I love being in a relationship. I loved it so much that I did it with people who were not right for me. Being in a relationship is a really beautiful way to have a mirror and to have a context for your being. It's a way to understand yourself, but it's also a way to hold yourself back if you are not resonating, if you're not feeling like, I don't know, like yourself is welcome in the partnership. So I encourage all people. The only way to know if a partnership is the right partnership for you is to try really hard, or it maybe isn't trying. It's just a risk. It's like courage. To activate your own courage and bring your real self to that relationship. As real as you would be if you were single. To bring as much of that, I mean, maybe not doing things that cross any boundaries for them. I don't mean, if it's a monogamous relationship, I don't mean going against that, because that's what you'd do if you were single. I just mean that within the parameters of the ways that you mutually respect each other. Because if the parameters are 4,000 parameters and they all go against who you would be if you were single, then that might not be the right relationship for you if all of those parameters make you feel small. But if there are a few parameters, ways that you respect each other, and those are different than what you would do or be single, then, that's what compromise is. That's how you find compromise is a word that gets a bad rap in our culture, I think. Like, I don't want to compromise myself, but to blend a life with somebody, to build a life with somebody, you have to find where's the middle between your two soul paths, you know? And is that middle something beautiful? Is that middle something more interesting to me than the path that I would be on without this person helping me find myself, or helping me see myself through a different lens? And for me, I've always, like I've said, I mean, I always have historically preferred partnerships, and I don't know if that's my trauma or if that's just my joy. But in the past, I sacrificed far too much of myself, the things that I was that make me me, for the other person. Sometimes when they didn't even ask me to, but kind of intuited, knowing that I didn't really belong with them. And I'm sure it's possible to have multiple people that you belong with in this lifetime, but I'm such a specific weirdo that, like, I have not been able to find people that resonate with me. Friendships either. Like, I'm very specific and very strange, and when I do find a special friendship or a relationship that's a good fit for me, even if it has challenges, like, I cherish it deeply. So, yeah, I encourage you to take that risk, especially to the young people watching. Take the risk to bring your truest self to the table as often as you can, even if it feels scary, because the alternative is you hide yourself for 10 years and then you wake up and start showing yourself, and now on year 11 you're realizing you're a mismatch. And so now that's 10, I don't want to say wasted years, but it's 10 years spent in hiding, where maybe you learned some things about yourself. I mean, I try hard now not to talk about my own past, talk badly about my own past. Like, if I needed to hide myself and be in relationships where I couldn't shine and couldn't be fully myself, then that's what I needed. Maybe that's like being in a cocoon or a chrysalis or something. And then when you finally have met a person that honors yourself as much as I'm lucky to have found in Brian, because we've both kind of grown up together in a lot of ways, and we spend a lot of time honoring each other, or we try to. When you do find that, I lost my train of thought because these were so beautiful. When something's not right for you, I guess maybe this is the metaphor that the world is doing for me, that maybe God is doing for me, or that life is doing for me, but Michigan is clearly one of the most beautiful places I've ever lived. And yet something in New Mexico and Colorado, being by my sister's family, those two places specifically, you know, close to her, but also the landscape in New Mexico, like, it's like a pull. And that clearly means that there's a such thing as things being equally beautiful all over the world. It's like a hiccup. Maybe I wasn't breathing. Things can be beautiful everywhere, but that doesn't mean that everywhere is right for every person. Can you imagine if in this world all people were right for all people? That'd be crazy. That clearly isn't how the world works. So you can live in the most beautiful place on earth, or you can have all the right amenities in your apartment or your home, or you can set up everything to be on paper perfect and still not have that resonance. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. We're not taught how to find that. That's probably why I do these, because I want to show people what it is to just push start and just find the resonance of that moment, and let the thoughts just flow out. To be where I'm at, to be imperfect, it's like a wholesome feeling. It's a good feeling. I mean, it can be scary. I've cried on these YouTube videos before, but it's a good feeling to trust the flow of your own life, and to trust the flow of your own heart, to trust the flow of your own mind, your own thoughts, to trust that thoughts are not scary. They're trying to lead you to the next. That, like, if I kept having a negative thought about something, it might mean I need to bring it to, in the case of relationships, to Brian's attention, and we might have to have a difficult conversation, and there might be tears, and there might be sadness, and there might be anger, and there might be hurt feelings. But if you really are working with a heart compass, you can move through all of that. all of it can be worked through and talked through when you have a bond with somebody and you care about each other, you know? But that doesn't mean that all of that might lead to a truth that isn't the truth either of you wanted to hear. I mean, there's no guarantees. But similarly, there's no guarantees that any of us will live beyond next year. And if that sounds dark to you, I don't mean it in a dark way. I mean it in a way that life is fragile and life is fleeting. And we don't get to know. We don't get to know. There's no promises about anything. So I am standing in someone else's perfect right place. Like, this might be exactly where you belong, you know? And it's where I've belonged for this particular chapter of my life, for this decade, to find this love of my life. And if life or if God or if resonance were to keep me here, I would trust it. But it's been over 5 years now that I've had a little seed of a calling telling me that I was going somewhere west. I used to think it was Portland or Washington. When I was a kid, I thought it would be California. Then my sister 2 years ago moved to Colorado, and just my life has just kind of moved in this way, in my mind, in my heart. And now, having seen New Mexico myself, now I kind of understand why. Because back in 2009, I fell in love with Hawaii and dreamed about it for like a year and felt sad and wondered why people don't all go live there. But anyway, this is my own personal blah. But just saying, like, I know what it feels like to have a kind of calling and a pull to somewhere and then to still stay where you are anyway, because you don't have it sorted out. Hawaii didn't end up making any sense, because why would I just go live on an island when I'm a family person? So anyway, so my heart has been sorting itself out, and my mind has been sorting itself out, and to have these new dreams, I won't tell you the very specifics of the dream, but to have a new dream that might involve living much closer to my sister and her little peanuts, you know, and to be westward. And it's an exciting feeling, but it's also a scary feeling. I think that's why a lot of people are more plan-led. Not mind-led, like mind flow, the way my mind just will flow, but like plan-led. Like, let's sit down and make a plan, where you're not necessarily inviting God or the universe or feeling of spirit into the equation. You're using like your rational mind. Like, I need this, and then I need this, and then you're supposed to get this thing, the pension, and the da-da-da, the 401k. And like, that's more of like laying out a plan, like a map, and then strictly following it. And we can go on this vacation, and this is our exact budget, and it's almost the opposite of how I live. And that's why I present these to you. I'm trying to show anyone who needs to hear it that there are other ways to live, that you don't have to have a plan. A plan is like a map that someone else drew out, and now it exists, it's exact, and you follow it exactly from here to here. We do this, and you plot it out based on the quickest distance and fuel prices. I don't know, go with my metaphor. The alternative, what I'm doing, is a belief that inside of me, inside of maybe what you might call each chakra point, is a compass. And it's working. It's not broken. Doesn't matter if it's stuck. If you've ever seen Avatar, the kids show, and how it's possible to be like blocked, stereotypically, like, you know, blocked like the river not flowing. Like, yes, it is possible to be stuck, but that's not broken. That's just blocked by something. And again, this process of moving through the feelings and letting them flow unblocks it. There have been times in my life where I've been so unblocked that it was like, I don't even think now is one of them necessarily. Because my life's moving so fast that I'm almost trying to block and slow some things down. And plus the world is going through a lot of hard times, and so I'm probably trying to shut down certain parts of myself a little bit. But there were times this summer I just watched a YouTube video of mine while I was proofreading it to give it a title. I think it was episode 779 or 778. And I could see it, you could see it from the video that I was so unblocked. And yeah, there's a lot to feel in this world. A lot can move through us, and I don't know. That's my recommendation to you. Just trust that you have a compass. Trust that if your compass is pointing with a question mark, Like if you don't know where you're supposed to go or where you're supposed to be, or you haven't met that person yet and you just don't know, you don't feel certain, then being in the I don't know is a real answer too. And just sit still and trust that where you are is where you're supposed to be until the next bit of information. My pals are here. They're crossing. Hi, pals! This is the cutest. All right, well, cute to me. Hope you have a lovely day. Bye.